I'll look and see if I can get on the tablet or on the computer too. There it is.
There you go. And then.
There we go.
Hey, Dustin Abraham's on.
Hey, cool.
Hey, Dustin Abraham.
He says hi.
Dustin Abraham's on.
Oh, I need to turn down the volume.
Oh, this is delayed.
Hey, so gonna get this going and.
Guys, this is delayed a little.
What's that?
This is delayed a little.
Yeah, no kidding.
It happened, it's fine.
Everything's delayed when it gets broadcast.
Yeah.
There's always a bit of a delay.
Okay.
The Twins lost in extra innings.
Oh, poor Twins.
Twins just lost. That's a bummer.
Yeah, the chat's
Cubs are
showing
winning
up.
right now. I think they're up like 9-3.
Yeah,
Go,
chat shows
go,
up on the phone, so I'm
Oh no, the Yankee coach, you come on, tell me how they're doing.
Hey, Dustin.
If he comes on. If Yankee coach come on, tell me how they're doing.
What's up, D Hindi?
Who else we got? Hey!
Enough cards.
Enough said and D&D, that's cool.
I never heard of him.
Howdy.
Howdy, y'all.
Here, just relax.
Appreciate people showing up. I wasn't sure if I could get this cut open.
Hey, Michael. There's Michael.
Yeah, that's Hitman 23's first name, Michael.
And that's cool. You actually can see the light down the front of now.
Just relax.
Yep.
Okay.
Try not to cut my dang self. That'd be kind of cruddy. Good grief, this tape. There we go. Well, I guess I should have pre-cut.
Mommy's home.
Maybe.
What? No, I bet you it's just somebody pulling into the drive to turn around.
Probably.
Told you.
And
Oh.
that's the innocent. Don't kill yourself.
Hitman 23, are these from Maiko?
No, I submitted these on my own.
This will be a whole different kind of video.
I normally just send like a
Hey, the
couple.
judge collector joined and he says he got a knife.
I normally send like just a couple with Mike O when he does his, but then there was a good special for the pre-1956 stuff, and so I decided I'd send. So I got a couple of stuff in here that belongs to Jerome Yankees cards, and a couple of cards that belong to Bowman in 1951. So I'm gonna pull out their stuff.
And do you want me to show them?
No, well, I'm gonna pull out the stuff that belongs to those guys first, so that because they didn't want theirs. Well, I'll let them show it on theirs, and Bowman 1951 wants his to be a surprise for him, so I don't want to let him know what his grades are.
Okay, Dustin, how do you know where he works?
He's
that?
probably sad.
How does he know where I work?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've talked about it. I talk to him a lot.
Oh, yeah, true.
It's one of the things, it's like you get here in this community, it's like you start talking to these people. I talk to YouTubers more than most of my real life friends anymore, I think.
And some of them are your real life friends.
Well, I guess, you know, you could say that, but I've never spent time with any of them.
Yeah.
So, okay, so there's those are all mine, and then these will all be mine because these are the oversized stuff. So
Oh, we're all 5 minutes into this.
Just relax on, okay? On the phone.
that's a big stack. Oh, I forgot. Oh, that one's Jerome's. I forgot. He sent one. He sent one of the wide pins as well.
So, that is a dress collection, by the way.
Yep. Anybody asking any questions or anything?
Not really.
No.
I can't.
Okay.
I'll ask.
All right.
And then here comes
I'll
Jim
tell
Bay
her.
1. Jim Bay 1 has joined.
Well,
Okay.
he could be on your roll.
Cool.
Okay.
And
We're just kind of.
yeah, these were the things I kind of got kicked in the teeth on some of these. Oh, I'm gonna grab my notebook real quick here, and because I got some things written down from when I was getting ready to submit this, as far as what I thought we would get back. Hey, do you know what happened to the blue notebook?
Blue one?
Yeah. What happened to it?
Oh.
Seriously? It was right here the other day. Well, this is great live.
I know.
Oh, here it is.
No, that's not it.
Oh, that's right.
No. Alright, well then I guess we'll just have to do it without my notes on what. That's frustrating.
Why doesn't anyone wear gloves?
Why doesn't anyone wear gloves? Because they're all everything's encased here, so I don't think I gotta wear gloves for this. It's like if I raw cards, I can see it a little bit more. So anyway, want to swing here, and why don't you get over on the other side there, Owen?
Oh, dear.
Well,
So,
start showing some stuff.
this is a lot of cards.
So here it is, Willie May. This is the Redmond
Zach.
Tobacco
And there's actually in the
without
live stream.
tab.
There's actually in the live stream.
Yeah, it's this one got a 1.5. I was pretty apprehensive on this one. There was some paper loss there on the back. I thought this was probably a really good chance it was going to get an authentic, maybe a 1 at best. So the 1.5, I'm a little more than a little bit surprised by that grade, but certainly happy and take it. It's good to have one go in your favor for once.
Okay.
So
Okay, then
show a couple others. You want to show that one? And that delay is killing me, but that is a 1935-36 Diamond Matchbook. Hall of Famer Billy Herman. Had several years with the Cubs, some with the Dodgers. And there he had, and this is the only copy of this matchbook that PSA is graded, it looks like, from the Pop reports. They've graded a couple others from this set, but this looks to be the only Herman with this red border that they've ever graded, because this was the only that showed up and got the 2, which I kind of expected possibly a 1, so 2, definitely happy to take that again. Just keep it pointed kind of here. So another one here is an exhibit postcard. This is the exhibit salutations, and it's here. And unfortunately, you know, when I was trying to predict grades on this one, I was guessing possibly a 5 or a 6. and it got the 6, but it got a mark qualifier.
How come?
Well, that means that there's some sort of mark on the card. Normally that means like, you know, ink or pencil or something, but I'll be danged if I can see it. So
I can't see any marks.
I'm not seeing it. I don't know where that mark is, because
I think I can see it. Maybe.
Is that it's like right there? Like under my
well, maybe.
under my finger is?
Yeah, I can see it from, I don't know.
Maybe that's what it is. I just kind of, to me that looked like kind of just a print flaw, but maybe that is a pencil mark.
Any questions in the live chat yet?
Not really. I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, just trying to show off some stuff, JD, or I'm sorry, JT here. So I'm not monitoring it very well. Sorry about that, but try and respond to questions that people got up. So I'm going to show a couple here of some of the 1936 wide pins. Now I've got a video on the wide pins that'll be coming out next week. I did one on the fine pins earlier in the week. This one here is one of the very first ones I purchased. It's a Hank Greenberg. Got a poor one. Was pretty much expecting that just due to the back damage, because this one was taken from a scrapbook. But the front on it is just really great. I mean, you got some toning where it's not as bright a white in color as it was originally, but still it presents really nicely. I think that's just a great image of Hank Greenberg. So a couple others here. Another one that's got some back damage and so got the poor grade. This one here is Hall of Famer Chuck Klein.
Hey, Hall of Famer, nice.
Yeah, just about every one of these cards is a Hall of Famer that I'm showing.
Oh.
So there's the back damage.
By the back.
Yeah, see, somebody put it in their scrapbook, which is how the card itself, because these are really, for the most part, pretty thin paper. The card itself will stay pretty nice, but that back gets really damaged. This one here's Joe Cronin, and this one got a 2.5. Once again, it was pretty close to what I was anticipating. I think I had this one pegged as getting possibly a 2 or a 3, but
about halfway in between.
Yeah, ended up in between here, so I was that one here. This one.
And here's Jets Boy 80 back in.
Hey, what's up, Sam?
Poop.
And this one here is Bill Dickey. This one here was probably one of the best results that I got. This one came back in a 4. And this one paid up a little bit to get this one a while back, and it certainly looks pretty nice. And I had this one, you know, when I was...
How is Elrond's auction going? Still boring?
Who asked that?
I can't watch those live auctions very well, but
I want to see who asked.
It was Justin Abraham.
okay. So then here's another one. I got Freddie Lidstrom.
Boy 80 says nice Dickie.
And it's a 3, the mark qualifier. And this one, you can see somebody put their initials on the back of it.
Oh, I'm
which
really
it's unfortunate, because you know, if it had gotten that 3 grade, would have been.
I'm shocked the grading.
Would have been pretty nice.
I'm shocked when they caught that they didn't count it.
Just relax.
What's that?
Like that signature.
Yeah, I do have a nice Dickie, Sam. Glad, thank you for noticing.
I can see that.
Normally it's up to Andrew Mazza for that. And we got this one, Bucky Harris. So Dustin Abraham will like this one. He played for the Senators a number of years. This one is pretty darn rough. I think the creasing shows pretty good in this one. You can kind of tell.
Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, it was creased up pretty good, but still, you know, it'll stay as nice as it is. This one here, the Ducky Medwick.
Somebody just asked you.
I was hoping it might do a little better. I was hoping it could get a 3, but I wasn't sure because there's some toning and some glue stains on the back.
Hey, Melanted TV.
Mentilated? Oh, cool.
I'm just watching the. I'm just going.
Mentilated TV's is a Kaepernick fan.
Oh, yes?
Yeah, it's a girl.
I'm going back and forth. If I'm here, they can't.
Yeah. So that the Ducky Medwick. Got here an Al Simmons. It's got a 2 with the mark qualifier. And this mark on it's really ugly. Somebody wrote in pencil and then tried to erase it and just smeared the heck out of it. Which, once again, kind of unfortunate because this one, it's got a little bit of a crease there right around his eye. But other than that, it presents pretty darn nice. But all of these, I think, for their age and everything, where they're real pictures as opposed to most of the other cards from this time period are all illustrations and drawings. To have, you know, this larger picture format, it's just really nice and unique for that time period. Okay, here we got one of Hall of Fame catcher Rick Farrell.
How many catches are there in the Hall of Fame?
I couldn't tell you for sure, but a lot.
Okay.
A dozen maybe, something like that.
Don't beat the Honus. Honus is still king.
No. Yeah, I don't have a Honus. That's I don't have I don't have anything of Honus Wagner's that's from his career. But this one has that pinhole, so I mean it was.
That Farrell is a cool card.
Yeah, I like the pose on that one, and actually this photo, it's the same one that's used on some other premiums of him, and I believe this was also used for his Diamond Stars.
Oh, and about your question, Hitman 23 said they're about 15, but don't quote him on it.
Okay, there you go. See, I said about 15 catchers
in the Hall of Fame. You asked that question.
I said about a dozen. He says about 15.
Thank
you.
But not the quota.
Yeah. So this one is Rick with his brother Wes, and these guys, brothers on the same team of the Boston Red Sox. Wes has been up in the voting with the Veterans Committee for the Hall of Fame a number of different times. He hasn't been able to get in. I believe he holds the record for. I can't remember if it's just home runs by a pitcher or if it's grand slams.
By far the least of the positions.
The least of all positions? I thought the least. I thought there were fewer third basemen than there were just about every other position. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but so these are in the fine pin now. Getting up until now, I've been showing the wide pins, and I'll put one back side by side just to kind of show what I'm talking about. What they're referring to is this faux signature. See on these Goudies? Gowdy made their names with this nice thick looking faux signature. In National Chicall, they just did this kind of this thinner, smaller, more of a fine, like a fine pin.
Just chatting away.
Yeah. Okay.
These cats.
Yeah, you guys, be careful. The kids are watching here, guys. Huh? DH.
Doesn't it do that? I mean, it makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. There are no DHs so far. Well, at least anybody that's strictly a DH.
What?
This one was like a 3, and it's miscut because there's border here and no border there. And this one here's another one of the brothers, Rick and Wes. This one on the fine pin. So basically, you know, at the time, Gowdy was had designing their premiums, and there was an executive that went from Gowdy to National Chicall, and he said, hey, you know, they're gonna be having theirs is like 120 premiums, and it's gonna be this size and everything. And sure enough, National Chicall is doing essentially the exact same premium style and set in the exact same year. You know, not exactly a coincidence how that might have happened.
Does the neighbor's hand says, gotta go, fellas.
Okay. See you, Dayside. I still owe him an email here this weekend here, so.
Yeah.
And this one's Joe Cronin, got a 2. And this one I was disappointed with the grade, that it got a 2, because I expected this one to get possibly a 3 or 4, but now I'm seeing there's more of a crease there in that corner that I probably didn't catch before. That crease, that must be the reason, because it was like this one surprised me, and then this was the other one that surprised me from a good point, because I was expecting this one probably a 2 and it got a 4, and I was expecting this one to be close a 3 or 4 and it got a 2. And really, it's like when I look just straight on general eye appeal, I still think this one looks better. But this one got the higher technical grade, and did it even though it's pretty badly off-centered left to right.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Still managed to do it. That one's 2 Hall of Famers, I guess, Gabby Hartnett and Kai Kyler. And this one here, man playing first base there is Hall of Famer Jim Bottomley. He's making a tag on player last name's Gelbert. And, you know, so live action photo even in 1936. You know, it's pretty rare to get those, but you do have a few of them, and you can see here the back is just devastated on this one, but pretty nice presenting front. This one here is one that I really like. This one got 3 Hall of Famers. You got Double X himself, Jimmy Fox, even though National Chicall couldn't spell his name right. He spelled it with 1 X. It's like the man's nickname is Double X. You'd think that maybe you could figure that out, but National Chicall, their quality control wasn't too great. It's like they were kind of Panini-esque. So then you got Al Simmons and Mickey Cochran. And this photo was taken in 1934 at the All-Star game. And all 3 of them were members of the Philadelphia Athletics when the picture was taken. But by 1936, they were all 3 with different teams. And so National Chicall kind of airbrushed the A's logos off their jerseys and tried to remove it from their hats, but was pretty sloppy about it, because you can still see it a lot better on their hats. But they did a good job with the jerseys as far as airbrushing it. But this one here is from 1934, and it was gold medal flower, but they put gold medal flower, PSA calls them gold medal flower, but they were not released by Gold Medal Flour. They were distributed by Gold Medal Foods, who was the parent company of Wheaties. And so if you sent in a Wheaties box top, and when this when they were running this promotion, you could get one of the 12 cards from this set. But yeah, it's just once PSA and Beckett get something wrong with vintage baseball cards and it ends up being part of a flip, it takes like an act of Congress to get it changed. It's just ridiculous that, you know, they just keep that same wrong information out there even though it's been proven that it's not right. This one's they call this a premium, but I don't really consider this a premium either, because these were sold as like a box set. And this one here is from 1929, Red Urban Faber, although that one's got some pretty significant back damage as well. And here's the other one, is Heine Manouche, and this one has a miscut here again. The border, it's miscut.
My tablet says there's going to be an 86-minute live stream.
An 86-minute live stream? What?
That's what my tablet says.
I don't think we're going to go 86 minutes.
I cannot survive that one.
Especially when it's 10:27.
Alright, and then here we got Earl Avril, which I'm not sure why they've got it Averville on the flip, and I'm not sure that, so somebody made a mistake on that one. I may have to see about getting that fixed. But another one that's pretty nice image. So that's all of the big ones. Then I have a couple of, let me see here. I know I got a 51 Bowman. There it is. So I've got a 1951 Bowman Larry Doby. I was predicting about a 3, and I got a 4. So yeah, that's all right. People will catch it later. They'll catch it on the replay.
It is kind of late, so
it's late, yeah, but I try and do this after your mom goes to work, and that makes them awful late, especially for people out east.
Yeah.
On weekends, you should do them while it's taking a nap.
Yeah.
Alright, so, and this one's my 1951 Topps Redback of Bob Feller.
Hey, Blink Scott.
Bink Scott. Hello, how you doing?
Nice, Toby.
Alright, so then the rest of them, these are all from the 1950 Callahan set. So let's see, I sent in 2, there's 5, 11, 12, 15. So I got 15 of them graded. I sent in 18. And unfortunately what that means is 3 of them I took it on the chin with, and they came back that they didn't meet the minimum size requirement. So there's no evidence that they've been trimmed, but they were cut at the factory to be a little bit shorter than the standard size, and then PSA won't grade them with that. Now, I've heard tale that, you know, if you try and resubmit them, sometimes you can end up getting them to go through. I don't know that I'm going to try that on these. I just don't know that it's worth it. But so like this Johnny Evers, this Mickey Cochran, the misspelled name variation, and the Alexander Cartwright were the 3 that didn't grade. The others did all grade, and I know when I sent them in, I was like, well, if I get 5s on everything, I'm going to be happy, which I knew it wouldn't happen because there were some that didn't deserve.
Is there a charge on the rejected cards?
Yes, yes. I still pay with that, I still pay the grading fee. So I ended up paying the $6.25 for each one of those 3 that got rejected. So it's the price you pay. Sometimes it pays to be cautious sometimes and maybe measure them out.
Hey Victor, you got any cards?
Hey Victor, good to see you. So what's that? Okay. So this one here, Carl Hubble got a 7. So one of the better grades, not the best. This one actually got one of the worst grades, and I knew this one would, because this one was one of the rougher ones. And this is the Cy Young. It only got a 4. But I'm working on this set, and I had a lot of these raw, obviously. And so I just decided I was going to send them all in on the special and end up make some progress on that set, because these it's like not a ton of these get graded, and it can be a little bit tough to track them down and get all of them. What are you doing? So this one here got a 6, and this is a Honus Wagner. So here's my Honus, our Hans Wagner. This one here got a 7 of George Sisler. This one's the variation that had, today's the commissioner of the National Pro Baseball Commission or whatever. Because these were released over a period of 6 years. So they started in 1950, and they released this set every year through 1956. And every year they would add the new Hall of Famers to the set, but they would, but it was always sold as a complete set. So what that means is, like, the Hall of Famers from 1955 are like 6 times more rare than people that were in the Hall of Fame during 1950 when this was released the first year, because they were only available in that last year's set. And so this set's got some short prints, and then there were some that they changed, they corrected mistakes on, or like this one they added something to the description because George Sisler had taken a new job in baseball, and so they updated his biography on the back. And
Two people like this video.
yeah, okay. This one's Jesse Burkett, got a 5.5. And this one here, one of the best grades I got, 8 for Dan Brothers.
Near mint.
Yep, near mint. And this was another 8. Hugh Duffy. I think I had like 2 or 3 8s out of the ones I sent in. So pretty happy to get that. Didn't get anything better than an 8, which, it's like, if you can get these in 9s or 10s, they really command some good money, but it's obviously pretty rare. And this one, Henry Chadwick, got a 6.5. This is a great set for trying to pick up some of those executives and people. If you want a card of them that's, it's vintage, it has some age to it. Some of those old-time Hall of Famers that are hard to get cards for. It's Roger Bresnahan and an 8. He's fine.
Oh, sorry. No.
He's fine. This one here, Christy Mathewson, got a 4.5. Definitely one of the rougher grades on there, but pretty close to what I was expecting. Trying to get 5s on every. 5s or better. And Cap Anson got 5.5. This one here, Tommy McCarthy, got a 5. Hall of Fame owner, Charles Comiskey, with a 7. And Hall of Famer Connie Mack got an 8. And Then this one here, George Wright with the near mint 7. So had 4 8s. 4 8s out of the 18 I sent. So I got more 8s than came back ungraded. I guess that counts as for something pretty well.
I'm gonna hit the Saxon.
Yep, we're just about done. That's all the cards there are to show you. So thanks for tuning in and sharing these with me. And I guess we will catch you again another time. So take care, everyone. Go ahead and end it.